This is Chris from Houston, and you're listening to Drunkards United. Come on, you Irons!
Yeah, come on, you Irons. Give us our first win of the fucking season, baby. Hey, Mel, do you have to do Malort?
I don't.
Hey, Sam, do you have to do Malort?
Top of the league, bro. Nah.
Guess who else doesn't have to do Malort?
Shocker.
Could it be?
For once.
Oh, could it be a no Malort Monday? Why, yes, it is. Let's start the show.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston.
Sam Houston.
Arsenal fans have another Sam. Right day, the fucking Gooner Graham. Smell the Malort. Look straight in shorts. Sam Graham, hey.
Sam Graham.
Fucking United! Fucking United!
Hello and welcome to the DU Football Show, a completely biased recap of the English Premier League as told by two common American schmucks. I am your host, Sam Houston, and across the way from me, long-haired hippie people need not apply, my co-host, Mr. Samuel Graham. Sam, do you know the musical reference?
Vaguely, yes, I think.
Song called Signs.
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure you caught that.
It was there.
Taylor's kirking out right now because this is a song from his youth.
He was 12 when that came out. Yeah. I was.
No, the original. There's an original as well.
I was a mere twinkle.
Yeah.
I was a mere twinkle in my parents' eye when the remake was done. Yeah.
How you doing, Mr. Graham?
Doing very well. It has been a fantastic weekend and a great start to Vacation Sam.
That is right, boys and girls. We have Vacation Graham. Hashtag Vacation Graham in the house.
Get in.
Wolves have no natural predators. I can see there's a line. There's a line we are walking, Mel, and it could be really great or it could be really bad. I just don't know.
Whales can rip your face off if they came on it. I just put it out there.
That was on sound check, and we just that
That's
was
true.
Graphic detail.
that was
true.
Sam Graham's fun animal fact.
60 mile an hour it comes out.
Dude, Jesus
It was
Christ.
in Reader's Digest
We're
when I was
recording at the DU Public House just
14.
outside the nation's capital. You can check us out on all podcast platforms. Please be sure to rate, subscribe, review, and share with a footballing friend. Should you want to chat with us, there is many ways that you can.
Or not. That's fine.
Mr. Graham, tell the good people how they can get in touch.
It's at DU Football Show and all the social medias and DUFootballShow@gmail.com to get in touch via email. Very easy. Very easy.
Yes.
If you have a sperm whale related fact, just hit the old email up.
I'll tell you what, the Fits were on fire this week, chatting with them during their match, and then also chatting with them during my match as well. It was a lot of fun on the Twitter this weekend. A lot of people hooking up and talking and having a good time, and I very much appreciated that. What, Mel? Mel's just looking bewildered.
I said nothing.
Yeah, the Fits are a great group. Bunch of people with time on their hands. It's fun. Yeah,
Sam and myself both work in the wine and spirit industry and both have a deep, passionate love for all things distilled spirits. So as the red-blooded Americans we are, we vow to have a drink in our hand throughout this show and every single show. Mr. Graham, what are we sipping on?
I am currently sipping on the Wilderness Trail Bourbon. Their bottle and bond, actually, version. The yellow label. That is 100 proof. 24% wheat and 12% barley. That leaves you a 64% corn mash bill on this one. This is bottle 217 of 250 from Danville, Kentucky, which is interesting. I only know Danville, Virginia.
So these are
Right across the border.
these
apparently.
are part of the bit of Kentucky distillers who started up with the craft movement. But because you're based in Kentucky, you really can't fuck around. You got to come proper.
Yep.
So all of them, nobody released White Dogs. Nobody released anything for a good 4 or 5 years before. These guys, Bardstown's another one as well. New Riff is another one who New Riff made the top 20 list from Whiskey Advocate a few years back with their rye whiskey. And I tell you, you couldn't tell the difference between this and an old school classic. You couldn't tell the difference between this and a Wild Turkey or this and an Old Granddad. It's just a real damn good whiskey. And I've been pleasantly surprised by every single bottle that I've drank from Wilderness Trail. They've also got really kick-ass barrel picks too. Most people who've done barrel picks with them haven't been disappointed with them either.
Our boys Justin and Doc have done actually very well with barrel picks from them. I bought both of those. I don't think I brought them on here because it was too good. I just had it at home. I just didn't even have a chance to save it here on my... I can't do any more. You want to help me out?
You can just keep talking. That's not hard.
Christian in the chat says, Will Sperm coming at you faster than a Ronaldo miss.
Yeah, very good. Well, that was, Christian, glad you're in the chat tonight. We were talking last week when we did the Facebook Live with you about Barrel, the brand Barrel. Mm-hmm. Honestly, okay, so Barrel sources 90% of their juice. Instead of spending the $100 on a bottle of most barrels, they have a few that are in the 70 range. For the most part, they're $100 a bottle. Spend $50 and get Wilderness Trail instead. Every single bottle is phenomenal. They really, really make good juice. Them, like I said, Bardstown and New Riff, those three guys all making great stuff. Rabbit Hole is another one of those, and Rabbit Hole makes phenomenal juice.
Or just wank off a whale.
Sam, what else do we need to do?
Drink responsibly.
Yeah, and also apparently scuba dive responsibly as well. There,
wow.
Cheers, stud.
Oh, we gotta do that, don't we?
Everybody very proud of that one.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Y'all are pretty excited about that one, aren't you?
Not terrible, that.
I wouldn't go jerking each other off yet. We still got a whole hour to do.
No, I'm still working on the whale.
You
Sam.
know what? This weekend, we were minus the Roses rivalry, a battle of two big six sides, and the El Gatwico. But that doesn't matter because there were still some great fucking matches. Fulham 3, Nottingham Forest 2, Spurs 3, Son 3 more, 6, Leicester City 2. You know what? Forest, it was kind of how you and I talked about it on Injury Time. It was like, Forest at home seems to have a little bit of extra mojo going to them, which of course is going to be natural being newly promoted. But they get the lead, and it seems like everything's going okay. They go in at halftime with the lead. You're like, all right, they'll be fine. And then 6 minutes later, it was fucking 3-1.
Yeah, Mel, if you could do me a solid and find a pen for me, that'd be great.
He forgot his pen today.
It's sitting firmly on my passenger seat.
Good job.
Yeah, that's how it goes. It was a weird game. At the end of the day, I think Fulham deserved the win.
I'd
they
agree.
had the better play overall. However, Forest looked good. I liked the way Forest played. I was excited by the way they played. I was happy they did what they were doing. Mm-hmm. Just they had a 6 minute, as you said, a 6 minute stretch that sucks. And Fulham took the lead and went one beyond what they could muster.
Yeah, exactly. I have this listed here. I said Forest has all the pieces but none of the parts, it seems. But they're starting to get it together. It feels like the puzzle pieces are starting to link.
Well,
they're starting to
You know what?
work.
I'm just reading my notes here again, and this is a quote. I said, Forest were pretty efficient, and on a different day with a little luck, may have snuck a point.
Yeah.
And I very much think that's true.
Yeah. Have a team that's not in good form in their building, like, where they beat West Ham 1-0. Like, West Ham put it off the post. West Ham had plenty of opportunities. Dean Henderson made a couple of great saves.
Absolutely, that happened as well.
But they found a way.
Awonyi finally got a goal that he meant to score. So that's invigorating. It was such like a counterattacking, both sides kind of just hit.
What I thought was going to be a really...
The final pass kind of lacked a lot of times, in my opinion.
Honestly, what I thought was going to be a real dud game ended up being really fucking fun.
No, it was end-to-end stuff.
Honestly, one of the best matches of the weekend. It's why it's in the first segment. It was just fucking... It was one, whereas we get into the next one, it was very one-sided with Spurs just kind of running buckshot on Leicester, but I mean, it's 8 fucking goals. We have to talk about it, right? But with Fulham and Forest, it seemed like even with the quick barrage of goals that Fulham had, it felt like Forest could get back into it.
That's
like
what I'm
Fulham
saying.
Wanted to let them back into it too.
Yeah, 100%. Forest gave a great account of themselves.
Oh, one last question before we go into the next match is: Do we think Fulham's figured it out this time? I think they have.
Yeah.
I think they have.
Yeah, you'll
really
notice
do.
full disclosure, I handed Sam my predictions today for the season.
By the way, the room was dark, so I just folded them right up and didn't even look at them. So I have no idea other than I know you handed them to me.
We normally keep them to ourselves in an envelope. This time, because of the manager firing situation, I decided to print him a copy and give them to him in his own situation, and that was the end of that. Okay. I don't know why.
Fulham, and what
sure.
and this go around. What's different? Certainly, Marco Silva is different, but they're playing with players who've gone up and down a few times.
But besides that, you're absolutely right about that point. But the Marco Silva thing sticks in my mind because of how bad he was at Everton defensively.
Yeah, he had one good year.
In general. No. I'm not talking about his managerial style.
Right.
I'm talking about specifically defensively. He was fucking atrocious.
Yeah, very true.
At his entire time at Everton.
Yeah.
His entire time at Watford.
Yeah.
Was horrendous.
And this team's playing pretty good fucking defense.
Defensively was horrible.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, here we go again, right? Marco Silva in the league. Got a team that likes to spend money. They try to play expansive football. Let's see what happens. They're kind of robust.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
Yeah. They're
kind of staunch, dare I say, all of a sudden. Fuck, what now?
Yeah.
I think Marco Silva has looked at his own career and said, yeah, I'm going to do things differently.
Mm-hmm.
I think Fulham Football Club has stopped trying to be, opening packs on FIFA.
Right. We don't have to change the entire team.
Exactly.
Is Tim Ream the best center back in the world? No, but
he's serviceable.
But is he stuck with us and has it worked? Yeah. So why do we keep benching him in favor of buying a new guy?
But so all of a sudden, this kind of perfect storm of, I'm going to change my tactics as a manager, and the club is, I'm going to change our style as a club, and we're going to come together and form this harmony of fucking sitting in, 7th place or something? Mm-hmm. Is it now?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Sitting in 7th.
7th? I think that's right. It's great. It's great. I think this is a totally different club. I think they're going to stay up.
So let's go ahead and move on to Leicester and Spurs. Leicester score quickly on a penalty, but not so fast. He does miss. Tielemans misses the first one. And VAR got it right. Lloris's foot was completely off the line. He went way too early because it wasn't like it was that bad of a penalty by Tielemans. Like, it almost felt like Lloris got there a little too quick, And then, of course, the retake goes in the back of the net. But I got to tell you, Sam, and then I'll let you go from here. The minute they scored that goal and they were up 1-0, I was like, that ain't lasting. That lead's not lasting. And what was it? Fucking a minute later, back of the net, fucking Harry Kane?
Less than, I think.
Yeah.
no disrespect to Fulham fans. The Fits, I know, are all over us on the internet, so I just want to make sure we're being honest. They're in 6th.
Oh, they're in 6th.
Not
cool.
7th.
Cool. They did still lose in the League Cup to 23rd place Crowley Town, though, right?
I'm pretty sure that's accurate. Yeah.
Yeah. So, cool. Anywho, so
the worst at the time.
Yeah.
The worst professional team.
No, they were the 2nd worst.
Oh.
And then last week we found out they're now the 3rd worst. So they're in 22nd place. We'll check later and see where they are. But I'm sure that's information that the
I just got a weird vibe looking at my own recording here.
Yeah.
That I look like a Harry Yakim Love. And I think I should smell my balls.
Okay, thank you. Let's get back to that can't be a title of a show.
That will not be a show title. Smell my balls.
I saw you grab for the pen. I'm like, there's no way that's a show title.
You know Yakim Love, yeah?
Yes,
the old Germany manager loves to have an old scratchy scratch.
Okay. Sam.
All right, fine.
We're talking about Leicester and Spurs.
No, we're talking about Spurs, which is the problem. What a great chance for Leicester to start this game off, right? With a plum. Yeah. Bang. Go 1-0 up. Penalty. Easy days. You have it saved. Sure, he cheated. Fine. You scored the rebound. I think that took away from the momentum.
Okay. Fair enough.
Does that make sense?
Hey,
I think Leicester
somewhat.
could have built from that, but it was a let-off instead of a galvanizing factor. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. Well, here's the even bigger thing.
I think that's the big problem that happened in this game, and they didn't get confidence from the goal. So it just kind of football happened to them again.
I mean, not even so much football happened to them in the regards of the first 2 goals that get scored on them are inexplicable fucking set pieces.
Yeah.
That Leicester has just been fucking off set pieces left and fucking right this season. I mean, they weren't very good at it last year. They are horrific at it this year. And it was, like I told you, they scored that goal, and I thought to myself, I was like, well, that lead, it doesn't mean fuck. Like, they've already given away. Yeah. It's already, so far, they're winless this season, right? They have given away 8 points with the lead in hand already this season.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it against us, right? Against Arsenal.
And then add that's now 11 points they've given away with the lead.
Well, against Arsenal, we saw this, didn't we? Like, they scored, and within 2 minutes, we were in the back of the net. There's no problem.
Yep.
Yeah? And they've done it again.
Yeah.
It's happened again. I don't know how Brendan Rodgers recovers from this.
I was at Brentford, Jerome, Southampton beat them. You guys came back and beat them, and now Tottenham has come back and beat them.
Because they can score goals. So, you know what? I'll say it now. I've said it already, but I'll say it again. It's Danny Ward's fault. He is a terrible goalkeeper. He sucks. I hate him. I hate his face. I don't like it. If I saw him in the street, I'd punch him.
All right. Well, now
he's not good at soccer. He is not a good footballer.
I think we've dug a very big ditch and we've put that in there, and
he's not good.
It's very clear.
I don't like his face.
We know your feelings.
He sucks. Yeah, I don't know why they keep playing him. Play anyone. Play anyone else. Put Yuri Tillemans in goal. Put anybody. It doesn't matter. He sucks.
He's the Welsh national goalkeeper, so I guess they want to give him minutes before the World Cup.
I'm in a group chat.
By the way, seeing him being the Welsh national keeper, it's making me very, very excited about our chances. In the group stages.
Fuck yeah.
Just put it anywhere near the net.
I'm in a very weird situation where I'm in a money bet league for the ESPN English Soccer Pick'em.
Okay.
Right? And there's a lot of Spurs supporters there. And the chat has gotten a bit testy.
Heard.
From time to time. But when somebody tried to tell me that Son was the greatest player that ever lived because of this weekend's hat trick, I kindly reminded him that goalkeeper wouldn't even have started for Bowie fucking high school my senior season. He is terrible. Mm-hmm. And I don't care how good the strike was, right? Both of Son's goals were excellent.
Oh, the first
right?
well, he got 3, but the first 2 were gorgeous.
The third one, how did you make the keeper look so good?
Yeah.
Is the problem, Son.
Yeah.
You don't even count that. The first 2 were excellent. But you're against Danny Ward, like I said. So what, like, I could do that.
So
you could do that. You could have lied to Antonio Conte and played the field for Spurs. And
that's
fucking
a great throwback.
And found the net.
That's a great throwback.
This is legit. Like Danny Ward is a fucking shithead of a goalkeeper.
That's a story from
congratulations
from Soundcheck, where I played an entire season on the field and lied to everybody about me being a goalkeeper, which was the position I played forever and ever and ever.
Everybody on Son's dick right now, jump off. It's a sinking hot air balloon.
Son was.
You don't know where it's going to land.
Son was benched because honestly, he's had a very poor start to the season, and
hadn't scored before this game.
So then Conte looks to him, and he can see the children in chorus behind singing and inspiring him and preparing him, and he was like, you know what? This is exactly the time I need to bring on Youngman's son. An inspiration to the children.
I mean, really, this is what went through Antonio Conte's head? I mean, Eric Dyer fucking scored. Seriously? This is what went through Antonio Conte's head? You gotta be fucking shitting me. This is fucking Yahtzee. You rolled some dice and it worked.
The children, Sam. The fucking children.
Fuck off.
Remember, Youngman's son is an inspiration to the children.
No, he's not an inspiration to me. Well, I guess I'm not a child, am I?
I've hinted at it a few times, but now it's really time to lay down the real fucking question. Are the Foxes in trouble, and does Brendan Rodgers have a job much longer?
No, he doesn't, I don't think. I think the only reason he does is because of money and how much the Shinadrabapava family has to pay him.
Right.
That's it.
Do you think the Foxes are in real trouble?
Yeah. I do.
Yeah, I'm starting to
think
they are too.
Even if they figure out a way to put it together, I'm worried they've already dug themselves a hole that they can't climb out of.
Tim is in the chat, which we got a lot of people watching tonight.
Oh, awesome. Hey, everybody.
Tim said, goal, Roger still has a job. 6 goals later, he's fired.
That's
funny. Yeah.
Very good. Love it. Well, holy shit. Hey, Sam, I guess we got to do another segment because we got fucking people actually watching us.
I know. Fuck.
Get your shit. Tighten it up, motherfucker.
You got watermelon?
The top 2 sides both got bounce back victories, and both with the same scoreline. Man City 3, Wolverhampton 0, Arsenal 3, Brentford 0. Sam, right off the bat, we are 7 games into the season. Erling Haaland already has 11 goals. Kevin De Bruyne already has 11 assists. Mm-hmm. What the fuck? I mean, Jesus.
I mean, it's just the benefits of being the greatest footballing side on the face of the planet that we're top of the Premier League.
Look at him turning to right.
I don't know why you're asking me about Manchester City right now, because some of us are, flying higher than we would have expected.
Well, I am very intrigued to see how it goes for you when you finally play them.
Eventually. Yeah. Because that's now postponed.
Right. So it could not work out better for you. The fact that it's gotten postponed
it can't.
Before the World Cup.
That's fine. You know what? I'll fucking take it.
Both matches after the World Cup? I mean, what kind of...
I will fucking take it.
That is the kind of conspiracy shit, fucking windy, fucking rainy, dry field kind of shit that Jurgen Klopp lives for. If if you win the title and they come in second and Liverpool comes in like third or fourth, I guarantee you Klopp will blame that fixture setting, both of those games being moved to after the World Cup. He will blame all of it on that.
Easy. I want to find. It's not that. There's a photo I want you to see, and it is in our group, so it's just a matter of me finding right there.
Oh,
we're talking about City. We obviously have to talk about the red card.
Oh, okay. Yes, of course.
Yeah, the Nathan Collins doing the Lord's work, putting studs into Jack Grealish's sternum.
Hey, Jack Grealish got a goal. How about that?
He did.
Scored
1 minute in.
Yeah.
But then Erling Haaland apparently did that
in the Crystal Palace game. There was that, and then there was also the ball that came off the keeper's off of Ederson's foot as well. There was a lot that was controversial in that Palace City match.
So here is my opinion, and if you want my opinion, the photo needs the context.
Okay.
Do you see where his head is? He lowered his head into that position. Mm-hmm. He put himself into that situation.
No.
That's not a red, that's a yellow. Do you?
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Do you agree?
Well, let's also remember that with VAR, they will freeze frame the picture to be exactly what you want it to be. You know?
I know. Yeah. But he lowered his head, right? Which actually, if you want to be honest, is a foul on him for a dangerous play. Yeah. Right. So all this, you do it all the time. It's fine. I don't really get on you for it. It's okay. All your, blue tinted glasses and all your, but Liverpool wouldn't have done this. What I'm saying is the top one is Eric Cantona-esque.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking drop kick in the chest. The bottom one is a foul on the Crystal Palace player.
Okay, you're coming in all hot. Do you see me disagreeing with you at all that Collins' play wasn't a red card?
I just went for it.
Yeah, it's absolutely
I didn't
a red
see
card.
anything. I just went for it.
It's absolutely a red card. It's unfucking deniable. It was a fucking red card.
You know what? I'm going to also come on here and say that he should have gotten a yellow because he's doing the Lord's work.
Okay, very good.
Drop kicking Jack Grealish is something the entire country get behind.
That's very good. Very good.
It's more unifying than now there's a gang.
Last yes.
No good?
Just trying.
Jack, I still have a soft spot for my old fuckboy. And he's on my fantasy
apparently
team,
Nathan Collins found that soft spot and he fucking wrecked it.
Shit. Hey, Mel, I personally thought Graham had a fucking soft spot for old fuckboy Jack, considering his new hairstyle.
Well, the man bun over the weekend was
it's not a bun.
It was an
It's a nub.
It was an all-time.
It's a nub.
It is a nub. You just have a
It's
nub.
not a bun.
One last question.
Not long enough yet.
Graham, one last question before we talk about what we know you ultimately want to talk about. Do we need to start worrying about Wolves?
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like there's not...
Diego Costa has now signed for Wolves. Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Yeah. That promo was fucking awesome, by the way.
The promo's great. Did you hear about how Diego Costa felt about that promo?
He was known to okay with it.
He was like, I'm not sure what to do. These Wolves are Wolves. I'm scared. I'm fucking scared.
I mean, honestly, if I'm the general manager of that team, I'd have walked up right in his face and gone, "You're Diego fucking Costa. You should know exactly what to do."
Yeah.
Timmy in the chat said there's only one player with a more punchable face, Diego Costa.
No, it's not punchable. That's the problem. You want to punch it. It's welcoming to a punch. but it's hard as fucking nails. So don't do it.
Yeah, you can hurt yourself.
You're out.
Break your own hand.
Absolutely. He has super punchable face. I'm in. I agree with that. However, if you do it, you can't wank for 6 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
You are a fucking
You've
handful.
broken your hand.
By the way, real quick, I just want it noted.
It's not good.
Big shout out to Timmy, because he's in upside down world right now. So it's what, like 7 a.m. for him?
There's a lot of people. Like Timmy said, that would be worth it. Taylor Thompson said Sam Graham and Sam Houston, the 2 best nubs in the business.
Thank you.
But watching the chat, shout out to Sam Graham's mom.
Hey, mommy.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah, my mom's here. What's up?
Fabulous. All right.
She asked me, you know what she asked me? I'm going to tell you this right now. Mel.
Yeah.
You take note.
Okay.
She asked me for a fuck-free episode
Oh, it's
for,
never going to happen.
for her birthday. She said, don't say fuck. For her birthday.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
I said,
would be better with less F words.
Yeah. Apparently.
I told her probably won't happen,
Yeah.
seeing as it's your favorite word.
Yeah.
It does have a lot of diversity in the word, doesn't it? You can express a lot of emotions using that word.
Yeah, you can.
So, sorry, Ma. I'll probably just get you another book.
All right. Now it's what you really want to talk about.
My boys.
Your boys. You know what?
Hey, hold on. Sorry, Diane. We fucking did it, didn't we? Oh, come on.
This is yet another step in what you guys need to be doing. This was a match that granted, you didn't have a lot of players, and it was Brentford's first game back in the Prem, and there's a lot that goes into that, but you lost embarrassingly in that match 2-0 because you got worked. You really got worked in that
But
match.
it's not even just that, right? It is that, yes. But you add on top of it the way we started this season and then lost to United, right? So it was also not even exercising those demons. It was also presenting new, we're coming up. It was finding those legs. Right. Following the loss at Manchester United, yeah? It's how we responded, not only how we revenged, if that makes sense. We had both things to do, and we did them. We did them convincingly.
What's impressive in that is that you even got the opposing team's manager to just go, "Oh yeah, they whipped our ass. Like they worked us." Like in Frank's post presser, he was just like, "I don't know what you're going to say. We got to go back to the drawing board. We just got soundedly beat." It
was lovely. Don't get me wrong. I find it kind of childish from a player standpoint because it's our job to do that. It's AFTV's job to do this. It's that sort of situation.
Right.
No less than 8 minutes after full time, Gabrielle's Twitter was just a nice kickabout with the boys. That was Ivan Toney's
tweet the year prior.
So you're top of the league. You don't need to sink to that level.
Yeah, I mean it's funny.
I get it.
It's very funny shithousery.
Listen,
but I also I said when I saw that tweet, I was like, yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
It's more poignant coming from Ivy Toney because they hadn't been in the Prem for 70 years.
Exactly.
And they just beat one of the best, most historic clubs.
Don't get me wrong.
So him saying it was fun.
I'm a petty cunt. Don't get me wrong.
Exactly.
I'm a petty motherfucker.
Yeah.
But in this situation, it made you look small.
No.
And it gave gravitas to his tweet. It gave gravitas to Brentford, if that makes sense. And it made him look tiny.
Yeah.
And that's not, when you're on the ascendancy in the league in general, that you don't want to look small.
Right.
And you look like it's living rent free for fucking 17 months or some shit.
All right. Now,
it's not good.
I'm going to hold my second comment about the Gunners for a second. I want to switch over to Brentford for a moment.
It's also only 13 months, by the way.
I want to switch over to Brentford real quick. There was a call in the second half that I immediately called you and went, that's bullshit. The absolute bullshit.
Yes.
It was a ball
Yep.
outside the box on a free kick coming in that an Arsenal player grabbed a Brentford player and pulled him down. And the play got called. Great. You called the foul. My response to you, Mr. Graham, was, where's this bravery? Every fucking time there's a free kick inside the box. Every single corner.
100%.
Like, you're calling that because it was safely outside the box and you just wanted to look like you had control of things.
Because how many times did we say just
so infuriating?
How many times did we say in general, like, oh, if that he got dragged down or whatever in the box? Was it good enough? Well, in a center circle, it's a foul.
Right.
We've seen it. Yeah.
Right.
Over and over and over again. So why are we surprised by it? It doesn't, it's infuriating. Don't get me wrong, because they should get it right. They should apply the fucking rules to every play that happens.
Right. But
they don't.
And for me, it was just...
It's not even just like a Big Six thing or
It's just the audacity.
How many times does it happen on a weekly basis in general? They just get it wrong.
And the thing that I told you when I called about that was, I was like, that is clearly a ref making a call because you're winning and you're firmly in control of the match. And that is precise. Like, it's legitimately him showing favoritism to the team that is trailing. Now, I set up all of that for the following, because what Ivan Toney almost pulled off on that kick was fucking magnificent. The one guy running over the ball, as he ran over the ball, just backheeled it back to Ivan Toney, who flicked it up in the air to himself and then volleyed it and missed the goal by less than 6 inches. That was, I watched that and I was like, I could live for that shot right there.
I will tell you, Aaron Ramsdale had that covered.
Oh, he did.
Not an issue. But more of that, please.
Get it, son.
Yeah. Come on. I'd like to see it.
Thomas Frank.
That shithousery at its best.
That play worked. We want to see it again. Do it every match, because one of those is going in, and we're all going to collectively lose our fucking
100%. Yeah.
Everyone, fucking Fulham fans will be running around going, "Goal of the season!"
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, they won't. They'll be like, it's probably a really good one. Because it's Fulham.
Got to be Fulhamish. Very true.
Mel, has my mom gotten back in touch or no?
No, I think she bailed out on the third fuck.
Fuck's sake.
I mean, come on, that was expected. Sam, last question, and then we'll wrap this segment up. Well, in fact, not a question. I'm going to say this as a comment, and then you can go with it.
All right. I hate that.
Starting to look like contenders, aren't you?
I think that we are playing very good football at the moment.
Yeah. There's a lot of season.
I think we are going to be
there's a lot of season
or thereabouts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
If Liverpool and City keep fucking off and dropping some points, it won't matter how you do against them. It won't fucking matter. Yep. You're winning matches you're supposed to win. You're checking. If you make a checklist, right? Like let's go back and look at what Leicester did. Now I'm not saying that you're like you're some minnow.
We beat
like
them twice that season, by the way.
I'm not saying you're some minnow like Leicester was in that great run, but there's a checklist. What are you doing right? What are you doing as it goes down the wire?
We're winning the games we should be winning. We're also winning the games without our starting lineup, right? Zinchenko was out. Partey was out for a time. We still won games. We still did what we had to do, yeah?
Yeah.
And we're continuing to do that. That is correct.
That's you're
on
going
the
down
face of it. That is a championship season, especially when you look at it through American glasses.
And there's a lot more. There's a lot more to do. You got to get there, but it's
a long way to go, man.
This team since Wenger left has not looked like even a Champions League side.
Yep, I
This is
agree.
a Champions League side contending for a title. They may not win it, and they probably won't win it.
This team looks like prime Arsene Wenger.
It's
The mental capacity is there. The Granit Xhaka was playing the best football of his life at the weekend.
I was about to mention how
fucking gorgeous.
What a complete turnaround in his career.
Get in.
Like
it's a weird place to be in because I don't think we'll win the Premier League, but we're at the top of the Premier League.
Yeah.
We're now at a international break. We're coming into a World Cup. I mean, we do have a lot of internationals, but say
but there's a lot of weird shit that can happen,
wait.
You know?
City has a lot of premier internationals, right? Captains and starters for their national teams.
Yeah.
What if they get hurt?
Yeah.
What happens to City all of a sudden?
Mm-hmm.
Conversely, that could happen to us as well. I'm not saying we're going to win the title. I don't believe we are. I think it's going to take a miracle if that happens. What I'm saying is the way the World Cup is placed, the quality players that City have, the quality players that Liverpool have, Chelsea, Tottenham. Who is tired when they come back?
Yeah.
Who is hurt when they come back? Why can't Arsenal do it?
Yeah, I mean,
I handed you my shit.
When you come back from the World Cup, Ramsdale's going to be rested. Yeah, he was there. He's not playing. He's not playing. He'll get a match. He'll get a match if England are through to the second round, guaranteed. He'll get a match. And then like Jesus will get some time, but not a ton of time with Brazil. Martinelli's down the depth chart. You know, because he's on the same side as he's over where Richarlison is. Richarlison's playing ahead of him on the. He is. He's playing ahead of him on the Brazilian team. Richarlison?
If you want to hold on to that, that's fine. He's not.
He won them.
Currently,
he won them a gold medal. Richarlison's going to be seen
currently.
A lot of
he is not playing in front of Gabriel Martinelli.
No, it will be Richarlison. Richarlison has,
or it'll be both, and Martinelli's a 10.
Because also Richarlison. Just for we're going to have this argument for the simple fact of in a country where nobody goes back home and plays, he goes back home and plays all the fucking time.
Richarlison took his shirt off for a goal he didn't score.
I'm fine with that, but
Gabriel Martinelli starts in front of him.
Hey, Sammy.
Mel. He's so mad right now.
Hey, Sammy. Your pro Arsenal agenda, it's showing.
And you can find one of those fine shirts at the DU Drip Shack.
What a fucking whore.
You said the whole thing right here.
Why are you gotta step all over me? You're doing it all fucking show.
Because you're a cunt.
Can I at least... I drive the bus. You fucking... Sam, are we good? Rounding out the rest of the league, and so that happened. Aston Villa won, Southampton won, Newcastle won, Bournemouth won, Everton won, West Ham 0. Sammy, before we get into the matches, I would like to check in on one of our friends who was the first guest host of this show. And unfortunately, because as it's been known, the 20 Club show tends to go a little long, he wasn't able to stick around. And Brad very famously stepped in his gracious way to cover all things
Gracious
Seagull.
Is a loose term.
It's definitely time for us to talk to our good friend Paul with the Stateside Seagulls and check in on the fucking Seagulls.
You mean the guy that didn't fucking tell us he was moving?
Yeah, but he moved and he did all that. It's okay. Don't worry about it. He doesn't have to check in on us.
On my way downtown, walking fast. I'm a seagull.
Go fuck yourself.
That is true. You do have theme music. Paul, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic, man. Did you get a chance to hear your compadre, your frenemy, Brad, do the recap of your team for the 20 Club show?
I don't pay attention to you down in 16th place, so, yeah.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. You know, it's the Gatwico didn't happen this weekend, but it's very important to make sure that we still have Gatwico spirit on this show.
Yeah. Don't tell Jan to listen
Absolutely.
to this. Jesus. She'll be turned right off.
All right, so there's despite not having a match, there's some shit that's been going on at Brighton because you're off to a great start first and foremost. Hold on, Sammy. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Can I quickly?
Yes.
I just want to put it out there because every time someone gets fired, the Voldemort meme is strong.
Right.
Potter. It's fucking hysterical, and I'm here for it. But finally, it happened.
Yeah, it's. I know Everton wanted Potter. I know Villa wanted Potter. Finally,
Sunderland wanted Potter. Portsmouth wanted Potter. Fucking who doesn't want Potter? My goodness,
you guys have been off to a great start, and unfortunately, you know your coach decided to move on, and you can't blame him. It's a good opportunity. He's, you know. Even if he fails, he's not failing. He'll have a job. He'll get a job.
This can't be a show title, but he's the Johnny Sins of football management. He's the most in demand.
All right, we need to shut the fuck up and let Paul talk. Paul, tell us your thoughts and feelings on Graham Potter's departure.
Yeah, well, first, I mean, I've been saying it for years now, but there's never a boring time to be a Brighton fan. It's always a roller coaster. So it's, you know, the start to the season was probably a little bit too smooth. We knew something was going to happen, so we didn't necessarily think this was going to happen. But you know what? Shit happens. Look, here's the thing. I think that you're right. You can't really blame him for taking that job. It's Chelsea. Obviously, we thought it was going to be inevitable that he was going to move on at some capacity. Whether it was.
Besides that, though, you also have the free hit in Chelsea for Graham Potter. Yeah, it's if I do well, I do well, but if I don't, it's Chelsea.
Right.
I get fired in 6 months. It's
that's true. That is
Chelsea.
very true.
Who cares? You know what I mean? And I think that's underplayed in this storyline. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I think that's underplayed in the storyline. If it was Arsenal looking for Graham Potter, he may not have taken it, is my point. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think that the biggest thing, at least from a Brighton perspective, is that we're not really concerned about the fact that he left at all. We knew that he was going to at some point. It's just the timing of it. And the fact that he took pretty much everything but the actual players themselves. He took the whole coaching staff, pretty much everybody. Club legend Bruno had been with the club for 10 years, took him with him as well. So we knew he was going to go at some point. It's just the timing and kind of the way that he did it it just really left a sour taste in everybody's mouth.
I was going to say that's got to sting, taking the whole staff with him.
Yeah, it definitely was not a very good time to be a Brighton fan, at least until yesterday when we signed Roberto De Zerbi, who I am sure is going to do even better than Graham Potter did at Brighton.
I mean,
Champions League, here we come.
Okay, that almost brought me into a good segue. Where the Queen died and the Sorting Hat just kind of figured it out, didn't it?
Yeah, I would say.
It didn't land after that bombshell, damn it.
I would say.
But in
Paul,
my head was a fantastic line.
Paul, that was.
You're welcome.
I mean, that worked out.
You're welcome.
That worked out well. I mean, you end up missing 2 weeks. It's, you get time to kind of really go out and do a proper managerial search and not just have to quickly, how are we going to fix this problem?
Yes, and they got Professor Snape in from Shakhtar Donetsk. How do you feel about him? What do you the words surrounding the new manager are He's a philosophy-based guy. He likes possession football. He's Graham Potter Jr., for lack of a better term for him. What do you think about this new manager and what you've seen so far?
Yeah, it definitely, obviously terrible way that it happened, but it was a really positive thing that we ended up getting almost a month of no games, so that we were able to kind of pick up the pieces after Graham Potter left, and hopefully De Zerbi can come in and pick up those, kind of stream pieces and bring the team back together and keep us going, hopefully in the top 10, hopefully even in the top 4, who knows? But I think that everything that I've seen about De Zerbi, obviously I'm not going to pretend that I knew anything about him before Potter left. I have seen a few clips of teams that he's been at, so Sassuolo and Shakhtar Donetsk. It really does seem like it's kind of continuing in the vein of Graham Potter. So when we signed Graham Potter, it was changing the system entirely from Chris Hughton's more defensive play. And I feel like now it's kind of, we've established where we're going and how we want to play. And it's not necessarily dependent on Graham Potter being there. It's just, we're going to kind of go forward with that style of play and find the coaches who can best fit that. And I think that, I'm really excited to see where De Zerbi can kind of take us, because, everything that I've seen, and admittedly it hasn't been too much, but everything that I've seen has been, really possession based, and then quick counters and quick attacking to kind of catch the defense off guard. And I think that really suits the players that we have well. And I think that really kind of is exciting to see that we're not just kind of figuring out, okay, we need to sign somebody. It doesn't matter how they coach. We know how we want to set the team up, and we need to find a coach who can match that.
Well, yeah, fair.
So Paul, that kind of leads me into the next question / comment. Is the one thing I think that has become very noticeable since Houghton left the side and Potter has taken over is that this team and this organization thrives on next man up, right? It's like,
fair. Also a good point.
Whenever we lose a player, it's just, we got the next guy. It doesn't matter. Oh, he's gone. Fine. Basuma's gone. We've got the next guy.
Look at Mutpu and whoever.
Caseta, is it? That's the
Ecuador. Caicedo, yeah. Moises Caicedo.
Like,
just right in.
Just quietly slides right in. Does the job. It just always seems like it's next man up. Do you kind of feel like with the managerial change that's almost the same idea? Here's the philosophy. Here's what we're doing. Next man up. Keep the fucking train moving. We're going in the right direction.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's definitely something that kind of comes from the top down. So Tony Bloom and the managerial or the ownership of the club, they really know kind of what the goals are long term, and they're not really focused on, a win here, a win there. They're focused on how the club is going to be sustained going forward, whether a coach leaves, whether players leave. So having, the academy set up really well, having the transfer policy be focused on recruitment of young players instead of just kind of making, big splashy signings. I think that's really part of the way that Brighton operates. And then, obviously I don't think that the plan was to have the entire managerial staff leave all at once. But, there was succession planning in place to find a replacement when Graham Potter did leave, because again, we all kind of knew that was going to happen one way or the other. Right. We just didn't know it was going to happen so soon. But, you can tell that they had a plan in place. And, I think that that's really something that Brighton excels at, is having those ideas in mind and knowing where we're going to go, win, lose or draw, no matter what happens, we know where we're going. No,
and also, you buy low, you sell high. Like, think of what you brought Cucurella in for. I mean, you only had him for a season. 70 fucking million's really nice. Really nice.
Exactly.
That fills the coffers real quick. Now, let's get a little bit, I kind of get away from just talking about Potter because that's the obvious, easy thing to talk about. How happy are you with the start of the season so far? The team's got it together.
Well, can I jump in real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Graham Potter was such an integral part.
Stop it. Stop it. I would tend to say
It's only sunshine and rainbows over here. No.
I expected a little bit of a drop back for Brighton because I was like, Cucurella, Basuma, that's just too big of losses.
It's like when Harry lost the Sorcerer's Stone for the second time. Then he brought it back.
But again, that next man up mentality just seems to kind of keep working. And with, let's face it, your normal teams that finish in that, quote, 7th to 10th place area, which is, your West Ham, Everton, Wolverhampton, like those teams aren't playing well. They aren't playing well at all. So that next guy up spot, that, who's the best of the rest after the top 6, it's sitting there waiting to be taken by you guys. Why shouldn't it be?
Yeah, no, I think that's exactly right. I think that, yeah, it's crazy to think that it's been a couple of weeks now since we've had a match. Like, we're still in 4th even after the matches this weekend went by, and it's difficult to anticipate, like, oh yeah, we're going to finish top 4, we're going to finish top 6 because of where we are right now, because you don't know how the players are going to adjust to De Zerbi football, and you don't know how things are going to move past, Potter leaving. I think that the spirit of at least the fan base, since we actually have, a managerial staff in place and things are kind of becoming a little bit more stable now that Potter left and the dust is settling a little bit. I think that there's still that excitement around the team that, obviously we're still in the top 4. We don't know how long that's going to last, but we know what we did last year. We know how close we were to having those things happen the year before that, except, we couldn't actually put the ball in the net. The XG was off the charts, but we, finished in 15th, 16th, whatever it was. But I think that there's been, as you said, there's been that gradual progression year over year since we've been in the Premier League. We've been, having that next guy up mentality. So, the players that do leave, it's not, going to hinder us too bad. And we're going to have players who are going to fill those shoes and really take us hopefully to the next level. And I'm really excited to see what De Zerbi can bring. Obviously, I think the first few matches, especially Liverpool away for his first match to the Premier League, and for Brighton, I think that's going to be, it's going to be difficult to see where it's going to go just based off of that result specifically. But, the first couple of months to see if we're maintaining that momentum that we had to begin the season, or if we're dropping back a little bit. I think that it's going to be really interesting to see, those first few matches and where we can go building off the momentum, or we're going to be, kind of looking over our shoulders again.
But that brings up a great point in terms of your goal scorers, right? You got rid of Mopé. You got, who's
you're welcome for that.
Can Danny Welbeck stay fit? Right? Can Danny Welbeck stay fit? Is this, the second coming? What are we going to do here? You've got Trossard contributing. You've got McAllister contributing. You have Danny Welbeck, not necessarily on the score sheet, but definitely involved.
He's doing the shit work.
In a bunch of goals.
He's doing all the shit work.
Pascal Gross has been a fucking revelation. How long can you keep that up? When is the focal point necessary to continue that team growth? When do you find the guy that goes, I'm going to get 17? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think that we've been as a Brighton fan base
concerned about your team. For me, that's
that's been the concern from the fan base too. Is that every transfer window we wonder when the striker's going to come in, and it never does. And that's the kind of the blessing and the curse of the transfer policy, is that it's very focused on buying young players, buying low, selling high, and so bringing in a splashy signing at striker would be great. It would probably propel us up the league, but I think that's just it's not necessarily what Brighton does, and it's kind of frustrating in that way. But the way that we've been playing so far this season, and a lot of last season as well, was that it wasn't necessarily dependent on the strikers scoring goals, I know it sounds kind of strange, but like Mope's role, his best roles were not necessarily scoring the goals, but were setting up the goals, setting up possession and playing out. So it's not.
In all fairness, his
completely crazy.
Mope's best job is just stirring the fucking pot.
But yeah,
well, for sure.
I mean, every team needs a shit house. You're absolutely right. But oftentimes, a striker's best role is not scoring goals. It's creating space. It's finding that pass.
Yeah, one guy gets the attention of two center backs and makes them have to worry about him the entire match.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's definitely something that we showcase a little bit more than other teams, is that we always want there to be a striker that has 17, 18 goals, but, you know, Pascal Gross may lead the team in goals this year. Alexis McAllister may. And so it looks like we don't have that dominant striker, but we're scoring goals from everywhere else. And that's going to be the thing that really kind of puts us, that's going to be the thing that really propels us either toward Europe or that brings us down. It's not necessarily the striker scoring the goals. It's going to be how the team sets up.
You just answered my question then, because therein lies the conundrum. If the goals dry up from the people that aren't really meant to do it, where do you finish?
Right.
It's your words, outside Europa. If you don't have a 17 goal scorer, a guy that's meant to be there doing it day in, day out, like Erling Haaland, like Gabriel Jesus, like Diego Costa.
The spent version of Diego Costa.
It's just funny. That was part of the joke.
I know.
If you don't have that guy, then you might not be there. If those goals dry up, you're done for.
Right. Well,
and you're sitting in 12th, and you go, well, shit.
I would also say
that's my problem with it.
I would also say that probably Brighton's idea is to continually progress forward, but to not put yourself in a scenario where you could drastically drop back. Now,
it's a calculated move to not, spend $75 million on somebody crazy. Right.
So
I get that. That's not my problem.
One last question for you, Paul, and then I want to, obviously I want you to promote all things Stateside Seagulls and kind of get, make sure people know where they can find you. But even let's take Potter completely out of the discussion and where you were. At the start of the last season, you finished in 10th place. You finally had a top 10.
Ninth place.
Very good. So
that extra couple million pounds, that's important.
Yes, it is. So, and my apologies for getting it wrong. I see, unlike my co-host who needs to make 1,001
hashtag research.
Needs to make 1,001 fucking Harry Potter jokes. I can actually admit self-fault and reflect and continue going while he plays with his hair.
There is quite a discussion on how many more Harry Potter jokes there will be in the chats.
Don't encourage them.
Will any of them land?
Oh, I can tell you right now. No, none of them. The over-under on jokes is 5. Will any of them land? The number is 0. It's a push because we know none of them will. Now, here's the thought process. With the team in the natural progression forward, where do you want to see this team finish this season? Where do you think that they finish this season?
There's always that part of me that just is looking over my shoulder and hoping we finish 17th. But I know that we need to shoot higher, and I know that we are. And I think that for the club going forward, and the vision of the club going forward, and for me personally, anything beyond a top 10 finish, even with the managerial change so early in the season, I think that would be kind of a detriment to where we were going, especially based off of last year. So I think top 10 is that has to be the goal. And Europe would be the icing on the cake.
We jokingly call it the McRib Cup, the Conference League. It's right there in your face. It's right there.
I'll take it on. I would love it.
It is right there to be had. And frankly, you're good enough to. It's like Newcastle seems to not want to be getting points, even though they're getting money, an influx of money. Palace is improved, but they're still sitting at the bottom half of the table. So if you're not getting points, you're like, eh. And then the other clubs that I mentioned before, they're not there. Like, I don't think West Ham's getting back into Europe again. I know Everton's not getting there. I know Wolves aren't getting there. I know Leicester's not getting there. So it's got to be fucking somebody. Why the hell shouldn't it not be you? Like,
Why not Brighton?
When you're just kind of deducting everything, you're looking at it and you're going like, it's right fucking there for you. It's there. Go get it. It's there for you. So, Paul, thank you very, very, very much for your time. And just please let everybody know where like-minded Seagulls fans can find each other and all that good stuff.
HarryPotter.com.
Yeah. I got a half chuckle.
Cunt. Absolute cunt.
Yeah. Go to Paul. The floor is yours, despite what Graham tries to do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you guys for having me on. We're at BHAFC Stateside on Twitter and Instagram, Stateside Seagulls. We're also on Facebook, Stateside Seagulls. We're also we have a website, StatesideSeagulls.com, if I know how to talk. And then we're also having some pretty exciting things going on. We would have set up something for the Fan Fest in Philadelphia, but we played a Friday, so we get no promotion at all.
Yeah,
so that's fun.
That's lame. That sucks.
So yeah, but if anybody is also up there and is a Brighton fan, then I will be there for sure. So for sure, follow us on all the social medias and look out for us. And obviously, I welcome everybody who comes into the Brighton bandwagon when we finish first this season.
I quickly, where you moved? Isn't it like 2 p.m. there?
No, he went to LA.
No, I'm
here.
I'm back here. Yeah, I just went out there for vacation. I was there, never moved there. So.
Yeah,
dare I say his move had a lightning bolt strike it. And now he has a certain scar on his forehead.
Okay. Anywho.
Is that Harry Potter joke, Sam?
No. He's trying to get to that vibe. He's trying to get to that vibe. I'm stopping. Paul, I will be in Philly that Saturday. So let's get together. Let's hang out. I would love to buy you a drink and let's go have some fun.
I wish I could. That's Tegan's 13th birthday.
Yes, I know.
Which now I'm supposed to spend with my ex-wife in the same room because Tegan wants that.
Good luck.
Yeah, well, you go right ahead and drop as many great jokes as you've done so far, and I'm sure that entire day will go swimmingly. Paul, thank you again for your time, brother. Appreciate it.
Quidditch!
Thank you, sir. All the best.
All right, so Grammy, let's go ahead and get into the So That Happens games.
Fuck.
We
have more to talk about.
Yeah, big fucking win for Villa. I mean, it was not pretty. It was not pretty at all.
This is a good game to talk about, though.
But it fucking counts, man. I mean, when you're Villa and you're struggling, you're having a hard time, you get that W.
I think Villa deserved it.
Yeah,
to be honest,
they did.
At the end of the day, I think they deserved it. But it was ugly. This game was ugly.
I would say the following about Southampton. Here's what you're going to get with a young team. You are going to suck balls on the road. You are going to have a hell of a time on the road with those fans yelling and screaming, and you're just not. Well, you're going to have a tough time.
Famously, at home, At home, they lost 9-0 twice.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, at home doesn't do much better for them.
So
historically.
So for me with Southampton, you're not going to do well on the road. What you do at home is going to be paramount to how you finish this season, 100%. Because I could see them winning maybe 1 or 2 total points. I see them getting less than 5 on the road, to be honest with you.
Kenny texted me and told me they deserved to win this game.
No, they didn't. They were horrible.
Bless Kenny's little heart. I'm sorry, bless your little cotton socks.
Actually, didn't happen. I just want to mention his name without mentioning 9-0.
Oh, okay.
He didn't tell me that.
He was in the
because
chat
Southampton were fucking atrocious. Villa were on top in every statistical category that you could worry about. Villa were on top. And Martinez came up when he was due to come up and made some saves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The couple times that it happened, he was there for it. So it's all that matters, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good professional win.
Now, moving on to the next one. Cherries seem to be kind of figuring it out.
I don't know. Again, I told you, this is one of those, like, give it to the guy that doesn't want it jobs.
Yeah, right. True.
And
Philip, I will say this much. Philip Billing, who obviously, for those of you who don't know.
What a touch.
He was with Huddersfield Town the 2 years that they were up in the Prem. And he is really starting to grow. Like, when you talk about teams that are going down, who are the guys who are going to have a job in the Prem afterwards? No, it's early in the season, but I'm already looking at that guy going, somebody's going to want him. Somebody is definitely going to want him. Like, I feel like that's like that. He's doing it right. Great touch.
It's a good touch.
Had that great goal last 2 weeks ago.
Really good touch this time. Yep.
Really getting it together.
The question is really with Bournemouth is, can you stay that organized all the time?
Yeah.
I don't think they can.
I don't think
more
they can
often
either.
than not, they're going to lose the game. Whether it's this guy or the next manager or whoever, I don't think they'll be able to keep up this level of enthusiasm.
I think as the season goes on, it's going to get worse, but at least for now, they're starting to kind of figure it out. For Newcastle,
they're making it interesting.
For Newcastle, here's a few thoughts that are getting concerning. First off, it's you need to be getting more than 1 point. There's a lot of draws. If they seriously, because part of this process is, yes, they now have a blank check, right? But that blank check, if you look at what City did and how they grew, is they got to Europe. This team ain't getting to Europe right now the way they're doing. It's going to be a 9th place finish, and a 9th place finish doesn't get you in fucking Europe, which is the next fucking step. And here's the other thought. Here's the other thought. Are they lost without Saint Maximin? Because that's where they seem to not have their shit together.
They're not as creative, obviously.
Yeah.
But in general, I think they'll turn this draw streak around as they grow as a team together. They obviously haven't had a ton of time. Isak came in January.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they haven't had a huge amount of time together. Guimaraes, who is a crucial part of the team, started his first game in 4, right? You then had what's his name out? Callum Wilson's been out, so you don't have your point man.
Right. Well, and Isaac's, I think, I don't
he's
know.
not a point man. He's definitely somebody that plays all face central striker.
Yeah.
I think they'll play a 4-4-2 or a 3-5-2. Yeah.
Right.
And Isak will be up there, but he's definitely a Michael Owen kind of striker where he
fair enough.
plays off a front man. I think it'll come for Newcastle. I think there's a positive feeling and a confidence about that team. I just don't think they have the tools in general right now to turn that into wins.
I can already say that the who finishes 7th through 10th is going to be a very interesting story, because I don't know if there's anybody who necessarily wants it, and the clubs who are historically there aren't going to be there this year. They're not going to be, like Leicester, West Ham, and Everton are not going to be, and Wolves are not going to be there this year. And that's normally the teams that are there. They ain't going to be there.
That's fair. That's where I think Brighton come in.
Right. Who's it going to be? Well, that same thing as what we just talked about with Paul. Doors wide open for Newcastle. Walk the fuck through. But in order to walk the fuck through,
1-6-1.
yeah. If you want to walk the fuck through, you know what you need? You need 3 fucking points. You need to stop getting fucking 1 fucking point. Like, you know, like
that's
you've
fair.
Gotta,
absolutely fair.
You drew fucking City 3-3 for crying out loud. Like, you gotta fucking step it up. You really do. Sammy, I told you on injury time. I told you. Toffees are on the board, baby. Woo! I'm a happy man.
Yeah, Mel, anything?
Yeah, it was honestly, it was not a very attractive game, especially the first half. That first half of football was god awful. In comparisons to what we woke up to and watched in your match with Brentford and Arsenal, which was just stylistically great, the first half of Everton West Ham was shit football.
So I'll ask Mel the question again.
Please go right ahead.
Yes.
Are you good? Is there anything we have to discuss here?
I mean, I'd like some chips maybe after the show. That would be really lovely.
Kill
Everton won. Yeah, well done.
Good job. How many games in? 7?
Took you long enough. You got.
I would say now this doesn't fix the problem because players like Cody Tarkovsky and Idrissa Gana Gueye are all. They're all.
Nana was immense in this game. By the way, what's my name? Nana.
Okay.
What's my name?
Okay.
My man.
We're talking about my team. Can I finish my thought, please? Because I'd let you talk like crazy
he was
about yours.
Excellent.
Those 3 guys are all very key to why Everton has improved, but they're also all in their 30s on 2-year deals. So they are Band-Aids. They are not the fix, right? But I will tell you this. If I heard it once, I heard it 10 times. You know why I heard it 10 times? Because he did it 10 times. Another interception by Idrissa Gana Gueye. Another interception by Idrissa Gana Gueye. Another interception by
and all over the place
and
as well.
over and over.
He was all over the place
again.
as well. It wasn't just in one part of the pitch.
We talked about it.
That happened on the right side of the penalty box. It happened on the left side halfway between midfield. It happened on the right side fucking 2/3 up.
It's the old adage.
He was all over the place. Man of the match for me.
If 2/3 of the earth are covered by water, the other third is covered by Idrissa Gana Gueye.
Yeah, no shit.
We talked about it in the derby, and it's. I hate to say that it's just that simple, but it really is just that simple.
No shit.
Somebody to cover the center backs and let the other 2 midfielders actually go create. And it's amazing what happens when you do that. Now, turning our attention
Still
to
love Onana.
Yeah. Oh, I fucking love the kid too.
Fantastic.
I got to show you. There's a video of him, Iwobi, Damari Gray, and Yerry Mina in the locker room doing a dance, and Onana is just it's because he's so lanky and he's just
all over the place.
It's fabulous. You'll love it.
Right.
But moving on to West Ham, but then we're going to go ahead and wrap this segment up. Is it all finally catching up to West Ham? Is the schedule, the playing Europe, is it all?
I don't think so. I think it's a managerial issue.
Okay.
Where they are is kind of getting by.
Okay.
For no reason.
Right. Okay.
They have the bodies. Play the players.
Right.
But you stick with the same starting lineup every goddamn game.
Mm-hmm.
And then 62 minutes rolls around. Okay, Skamaka comes on. Why? Just start him. Just try it. Do something.
I will say that
just try it.
West Ham came off very predictable in the match.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. It's very David Moyes.
So I'm by no means saying that West Ham are in real trouble. West Ham are going to dig themselves out of this. But West Ham are finally doing what every single team that makes it to Europe does, right? Remember when it was Bolton who did it, when it's Everton who's done it a few times, when it was Wolves who've done it, when it was Southampton who have done it, when those teams, Burnley was another one who did it. You get into Europe and then suddenly all of those games start to be too much. And what tends to fail and what tends to fall off? The league. And you look at all those teams when they were in Europe, that year that they're in Europe, you're looking at them, they're like, why are they in 16th, 17th, 18th place? Well, because they're playing an extra 2 to 3 games a month that nobody else is playing.
Here's my problem, is West Ham have the squad.
Mm-hmm.
Play the squad. Rotate. Do things. Help your players relax. And they don't.
Yeah. Fair enough.
They don't.
Fair enough. And like I said, I think they're very safe. I think they're definitely going to be fine. But they definitely need to start getting some fucking W's. They need to start getting their shit together. And more importantly,
100.
Sammy, We're on the board. Yeah, Mel?
Andrew piping in with a comment. The thing with Onana being so fantastic terrifies him. He wants to institute the H. John Benjamin policy from 22 Jump Street. Nobody tell him he's good or he'll leave the shitty program.
You know what?
Fair.
First time a guest comment is ending the segment.
Sure money.
Mr. Graham, go ahead. Lead us in.
I'm down $600.
Did you write your little thing? I had left you a piece of paper to write on your thing there.
Yep.
Okay.
Sure did.
Because, you're writing on your thing. You know why you're writing on your thing? You know what I'm not doing?
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you. The Dort Spirek Cup of Losers.
Welcome.
And for those of you who don't know, whenever Mr. Graham and I go out gambling, particularly at the horse track, we always get ourselves a drink. The first one to finish the drink sets that cup aside, and we put all losing bets into that cup because it's very, very important to feed the cup of losers so that the betting gods look down upon you favorably. And they did for me, Mr. Graham. They did for fucking me because you're my good man, I am on the board. I have cut my losses in half, and I am now down $249.
Big Sam's Lock of the Week.
Hey, Mr. Graham, 16.66667% of the time. You know what it does, Mr. Graham?
I'm so glad she got rid of that shirt.
It works 100% of the time. Ha ha! Oh, I am such a happy fucking boy. You're down 600. I'm down just 250, one bet away from getting everything fixed. Pat's down a little, but not as much as you. And you know what else we have? Mel, I don't think we have to do the music because there's not a lot to say, but what's going on with the chicken?
Kitty got the win with Arsenal and finally gets to Mount 500 at 3-3.
Very good. So, that's it on this segment.
Right, nothing.
Yeah, production.
Well, that was exciting. Remember, gamble legally if you want to, and responsibly if you feel like it.
Championship Corner.
I've fallen and I can't get up. Oh no!
So, this is where we check in on our championship teams.
Mm-hmm.
People that have subscribed to the show.
As he's talking daftly into
the thing. There's been a lot of fun comments.
Oh,
in this
awesome.
section.
Please,
like,
fill me in.
Taylor wanted to know, is it going to come like a whale for Newcastle?
That's a throwback.
No.
Christian asked, did Villa have any Harry Potter jokes that landed? I told him, besides Aston Villa North America whining about not getting Potter. Taylor also noted that Sam is playing Dementor.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely the part tonight. And yes. Tim Olson gave a good shout out to Paul for some excellent football talk. And it was so excellent, he wasn't sure what show he was listening to anymore.
Hey.
That is the kind of quality broadcasting we give you. Oh, that is brilliant.
And
I love
good.
it.
So in the midweek, we had Blackburn winning at Watford. We had Wigan winning over Huddersfield. Cardiff over Borough. Sheffield United over Swansea. Burnley and Preston drew. On Wednesday, Luton and Coventry drew 2-2. QPR over Millwall.
I thought
Norwich beat Bristol 3-2. That matters maybe. Sunderland beat Reading, though, 3-0.
And we had highlights put up on the Drunkard United FC group of their third goal.
We did.
That's some
read about it.
Barcelona fucking shit right there.
No
that was
shit.
A dandy.
It doesn't quite fit in the category of championship corner, but Christian wants to know, but what about Wrexham? You know, Wrexham hardly killed him.
Yeah,
Or didn't know him. What's the joke there?
So
Never heard of him.
Never heard of
Christian,
him.
if you look very carefully,
yet?
these are the injury
Of course
time
I've heard
notes.
of him.
These are the injury time notes, and if you look down very carefully at the bottom, I mentioned Wrexham.
Anyway,
damn near killed him.
Quickly for Championship Corner. Sheffield United on top, 23 points from 10 games. Norwich in second place on 20 points from 10 games. Reading also on 10 games, 18 points. So very, very close. You have Burnley on 17, Sunderland on 15, and QPR also on 15 points.
Excellent.
From 10 games played. Down the bottom side, you have Coventry, Huddersfield, Middlesbrough, and West Brom not very far away at all.
Very good.
2 goals away from being relegated.
Not good. All righty. Well, that's going to wrap it up, boys and girls. Sammy, any parting words?
Yeah, just give me a sausage roll.
I heard, yeah. Literally knows you need one.
Steve Bruce is down 18th place. What's the difference? It's fine. Just give me a sausage roll.
All right. Next up is going to be injury time where we...
You know what? Actually, I do have parting words, Sam, and I think you'll enjoy these parting words.
To the surprise of no one.
Hold on. All it takes is me to try to close out the show, and then suddenly he's inspired.
All of a sudden.
Anyway, I think you would enjoy these parting words.
Okay.
We had a certain person retire this week.
I did tell you to talk about this. Good job.
Yep. Ben Foster.
Yep.
The England... Watford,
West Brom,
Watford.
Yeah, he's played for everybody.
Man United, Watford.
Yeah, kind of always seemed to go back there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, and he made a fucking career of it. Old Ben Foster, he's been fantastic. Read your list of clubs real quick. Racing Club Warwick. All right. Stoke City. No, that didn't garner anything.
No.
Stoke City, Bristol City on loan, Tiverton Town on loan. Actually scored 2 goals for them.
Oh shit!
Supposedly. Stafford Rangers, Kidderminster Harriers.
Oh no shit! Played for Kidderminster
this past season on loan in 2004. Wrexham, Mel.
Damn near killed him.
On loan in 2005. Manchester United from 2005 to 2010. Watford, Birmingham, West Bromwich Albion, and Watford again for the last 4 years.
Very good.
Goalkeepers are often overlooked.
Mm-hmm.
They should be. In a lot of scenarios.
Yeah, sometimes they overlook themselves.
Don't necessarily disagree with that, but the ones that do stand out, you should talk about. And Ben Foster stood out. Ben Foster was a regular. He made a ton of saves.
Let's face it, he played for a lot of teams that were constantly in relegation battles. Constantly.
He faced a lot of the ball.
Yeah.
He also is just a genuinely good person. His YouTube channel is awesome. The Cycling Goalkeeper. GK, I think. Don't spell that out. He's just an all around nice guy. There's not really a lot of things to say about him. He's just like a good goalkeeper and a good person. And his retiring kind of marks my being old in the game now.
Right. Because you remember when he first came into the league.
It's just one of those, I saw him on his debut. And now he's
it's 20
done.
A 20-year career. We talk about, we gave big shout outs to someone like Leighton Baines and big shout outs to someone like Mark Noble. Something should certainly be said about the career of Ben Foster, because he was very good at what he did. He never really ever got the chance to really do it for a big club.
No, he went to Man United, but made 12 appearances or some shit.
So but he found a way to constantly work, and he also found a way to find different ways to create and communicate, particularly in, you know, the modern element of how you do things through his YouTube and podcasting and things like that. And just very, very cool dude. And it's worth just taking a quick second and saying, hey, cheers, brother. Like, great fucking career. Well done to you, lad. You deserve it.
There's honestly two people I'd love to meet. This is legit. James Milner and Ben Foster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seriously.
These guys who have legitimately...
How have you done it this long?
They've legitimately seen it all.
How have you done this amount of time?
Right. How did you not get tired of doing it?
I've always said that I would never stop playing until I couldn't walk.
Right.
And they're still playing the trade, older than me, at the highest level.
Yeah, exactly.
And Ben just decided to retire all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
How can I couldn't even now, shaking his hand, look him in the eye. Like, you did it. You made it. Well done.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing I can say to this man.
In the world of professional soccer, you won.
Yeah.
You won the race. You did everything that needed to be done.
Big time.
It might not be a lot of glory and a lot of trophies that went along, but you fucking did it. Like, you did it. You know, it's there's a lot to be said in, you know, you look at Hollywood and there's big, huge stars. Something to be said for the working actor. The guy or gal who always has a job. No. Something to be said for the person on radio who just always has a job. You know, that you know what? You were never going to be the best at it, but you sure as hell could have an occupation and do it forever and do something you truly loved. And that's certainly the case with Ben. So
that's fair.
All right. That's going to be it, boys and girls. Next up is injury time. We're not going to preview the weekend's action because, well, there's no fucking action to preview. But we are going to talk about the beers we've been drinking throughout the show. We're going to check in on all the fantasy leagues. There was a ton of action with that. And we're also going to check in on our adopted clubs as well. And we might just, we tend to like to bullshit after shows anyway, so there'll be a little bit of that as well. And should somebody want to check out Injury Time, Sam, how do they go about doing it?
Patreon.com / God, Mel, fuck.
Not backslash.
I mean, the slash is black.
It is.
It is a black slash. You're not wrong.
But if you type that in, it's not going to
DU
work.
Football Show. Find it there. That's everything.
That's everything.
That was it.
Oh, fuck.
We're right on that line. It's time to just.
It's time to say goodnight, Sam.
Until next week, everybody.
Peace.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston. Arsenal fans have another Sam. Right day, the fucking Gooner Graham. Smell the Malort. Look straight in shorts. Sam Graham, hey.
Sam Graham.
Brooklyn United! Brooklyn United! Hit the fucking mute button!